Welcome everyone to Radioactive Sound Studios. Today's agenda, I'm getting my Argosy L10 rack put together, and I'm creating a video station. This is going to be part of my 2026 studio tour as well, so thanks for y'all guys for checking me out. Don't forget guys, click that like button and subscribe. Today's installation, I'll be putting in my Chameleon Labs 7603 microphone preamp, along with my Chameleon Labs 7721 stereo VCA bus compression. And I'll be showing y'all guys how I wire this up. And I just routed half the devices in already, so decided to just upload a video to y'all guys, at least some content up. And I'm just gonna start putting in stuff. So y'all guys, hope y'all guys are having a fantastic start to the weekend so far. And this will be my first upload for 2026 because I'm working on the studio tour, and I have a lot to do today. So I'm gonna go ahead on and get this Argosy rack set up. So right now I'm just moving some devices around and putting some things in. So I'll be moving the 1066 down a little bit, and then I'll be adding the VCA stereo bus under the bottom of that, and then we're going to spin around to the back. Also bought several vented plates too as well, so that way I can have those already set up too as well. I added extras too, and I'm taking stuff out of the box. Y'all already can see that I already did up on my channel, so y'all guys feel free to watch some of the other videos I already have up already, because I actually did reviews on the 7603 microphone preamp and the 7721 stereo VCA bus compressor, along with other various videos that I already have up on my page. So y'all guys take a look at that content. And right now I'm just going to go ahead on and just do what I do, because this is day 3 to me for us putting this stuff together. And I just uploaded a few shorts the other day. So this is, I decided to just do a video on the process too as well. So without further ado, let me go ahead on and get started. So I hope everyone is having a very, very good start to the new year. I wish everybody Happy New Year's that I didn't see before. Wish y'all guys, you know, I know I'm a little bit sort of uploady, if you will, because this will be the first video for the start. So let me go ahead on and start getting this stuff in. So I'm going to move down the DBX 1066, and under the bottom of here I have the 166. So I'm just going to set that down under there and just go ahead on and start getting that set up, and then go ahead on and start pretty much wiring up this particular rack right here. So like I said, I hope y'all guys are having a fantastic one. Also guys, check me out too as Popcorn and Gore Flicks here, right here on YouTube. Check out my content that I do already have up for y'all guys who are media collectors. Take a look at some of the various physical media I do have in my collection. Don't forget guys, click that like button and subscribe. Feed the algorithm gods. Been working on this since last night. Decided to do this in 2 parts. And then getting, like I said, getting ready for the studio tour 2026. And I'll show y'all guys all of what I'm working on. But right now, I just want y'all to see how the rack is assembled and how I organize everything in my rack. Now she's already going back out to my console on subgroups 1 and 2. The other one, which is the DBX 166, is going to my sub bus number 3. And sub bus number 4 is going to be for my Drama 1972 microphone preamp. So we're working our way down the line, getting everything set up. So this is the stereo VCA bus compressor by Chameleon Labs. I did a review on it already up on my channel. She's a 2-in, 2-out stereo VCA bus. Her little sister's already, his sister's in there right now. The 7603 microphone preamp with DI. So we're going to go ahead on and get this one started up, set in. So all these devices that are in here in this rack is going back to my mixing console, MGP32X. And they're going to be routed on subgroups. I have 4 bus. I have 4 matrix out. And I have 8 auxiliaries. So this is going to be on their bus. So that way I could side chain out to 1. And then I put a pair of 3630s on it for the gates and limiter. I have one put back into as well. Screw. I ordered new screws, so yeah, they're pretty much easier to work with. Okay. Make sure that she's very tight. Okay. All right. And I try to clean as I go along too as well. Makes for a nice good installation. Always brush off too as well. Even though I cleaned all the units off yesterday, I just do a little light brush. All right. So now we're going to bring the 1066 inside. What we're going to do is we're going to add a plate right here first. We're going to add a plate like this right there. What we're going to do is come down like that for the plate. Okay. And then that way the 1066 and the 166 will have their own space at the bottom under the plate. Okay. So I have enough place to do the job. So all I got to do is put everything in. Like I said, guys, click that like button and subscribe. Click that like button and subscribe. All right, so All right, and she would look something like that coming in. And then I'll just add the rest of the modules as I go along to build it all up. And then I'll bring this up to the top, and everything else should be already pretty much set up. And I think, let me see. Yeah, it looks pretty good, because then I'll have space to put the other two down here. So another one's going to be under the bottom, and there's going to be a plate there that'll separate the two at the bottom, because that way I don't have to pretty much add anything else in. Now, I already did a, like I said, an unboxing of all of the other gear too, so you guys can check out all the rest of the gear that I do have up already on my channel. And yeah, so let me go ahead on and get this in, because I'm not going to be on here too much longer. I just want to come at you guys with a little quick look upload. That way y'all guys can see the rest on the studio tour. And all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Okay. Now they're just plates, so you don't have to tighten them in that hard. They're just plates. So and every way where you see a plate at, it's going to be for the other ones. Drama 1972 microphone preamp. There's going to be a SSL interface coming in here as well. There's going to be a Cranbourne audio. Two devices that's going to come in here too as well. It's going to be the Carnaby and the Brick Lane. It's going to come in here as well. So I'll be adding those devices to next. So we just go ahead and move across some of these here like that. Keep it all off and good. And everything else is going to look badass. And then we're going to work our way down to the 1066 and get that put in next. So let's move the camera down just a little bit more so y'all guys can see what that installation is going to be like. So I'm organizing these according to how my workflow is coming from off of my desk. Because like I said, the one I'm putting in right now is on subgroups 1 and 2, pan left to the right. So we're gonna go ahead on and just screw that one down tight. That way that will stay in. And I'm gonna put the other screws on the opposite side. Let me reverse them out a little bit. So what I do is I'll take this plate out. That way I can put my hand at the top to hold it into the bottom. Like I said, guys, click that like button and subscribe. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Feel free to watch all the content that I do already have up already. Don't think just because it's old that you can't watch it. It's still useful content. That's why I only make certain content. Wiring is wiring. Studio gear is studio gear. It's the same gear I had before. Nothing new. Everything else is predominantly the same thing. Same setup. A lot of my devices in here are 4 years old now because of the new year. So these are my trusted devices. These are the ones I use all the time for making all of my tracks. So I don't know how you guys on here. You're too busy worrying about plugins and bullshit. I do analog in here. Okay? So, all right, so we're going to take this plate out just for a second. That way I could add in another one. Especially at the top. Because there will be a plate there for that. Some of these screws I have to pretty much replace too as well. The threading is kind of like off on them, so that's what I'm doing now, replacing some of the screws on them. All right. And then on other various ones, I'll add threads to the bottom of it too. That way you can have them isolated too as well. So I'm adding like isolators to each screw. So that way you don't get any kind of ground hum. Those isolators do help too as well. They help you get the adequate spacing. As you can see, if I remove the towel, you see that spacing there? I always like to keep that there on installation because I don't want it to score up the cabinet. So I'll just replace another one too as well. And then what we do is we'll put the plates back on. This one will be for the opposite side too as well. So, all right, got it. I love everything that's analog. You guys should know that by now. Actually, this is a little bit down. I gotta move it up a little bit, no wonder. So let me move it up a little bit. Anything analog, anything that's like 70s type stuff, I have a fondness for. All right. Now I'm just going to replace one more threaded screw, because I have others as well, but I had to put a new thread on this one so that way it can line up really, really nice. Okay. Hold on. Get over there to this one again. Some of the weight tends to shift sometimes. Okay. So what I do is I'll take out the damn top. Just move it around a little bit because sometimes there we go. just to give it a little bit of a play. Okay. I'm just gonna go it all the way out of it. She's pretty heavy, so. All right, so I'll just reverse it. Hit her there. I'll do the top on there too as well. Most of it is just about positioning the screw too as well. There we go. Because she has two different transformers on her, that's why she's heavy. She has an input and an output transformer. Makes up for about a gross pounds on her. So you have to move her out and then bring her back in to line her up. So she's pretty heavy. Okay. She's just like the 7721 stereo VCA bus compressor. She has two Jensen transformers on her. She's pretty heavy also. Actually, all of them are pretty heavy. They have transformers on the input stage and the output stage. That's what makes them sound pretty much well. But the 26 has a very unique transformer on the inside. That's really, really heavy. All right, and they are in. Well, actually, a little bit more. All right. And making sure that they're tight. Tight. All right. So now she's looking badass, pretty mom. We good. Give another wipe off again. And this is going to be my front end for my vocals as well. It's a little bit of VCA bus compression coming off of my 2 bus. And she's going back out into a dual band parallel processor coming in from my channel off of subgroups 1 and 2. So let me put that plate back in like I showed y'all before. And then I'll put in the 166 and then we'll call it a wrap. And then I'll save the rest for the studio tour because I'm going to be up all night long putting in plates and wiring up and getting things together. So why not save some things for the studio tour, right? Yeah, guys, it's gonna be a fun one because this one's if y'all seen my last studio tour, so if y'all guys on here, check out all the videos I have up already too as well. My last studio tour. This one's gonna be different because the hybrid mixing setup on this particular one, which I'll describe briefly, it's gonna have more devices, far as because I'm a huge fan of microphone preamps, as you can see. The Chameleon Labs 7603 microphone preamp is always going to be my favorite because it features a DI already inside. So you can just go straight in with your guitar. And so this is what I'm building right now, that custom guitar / vocal chain, if you will. Now it's going to tie in to my MGP Yamaha 32 channel mixing console. Like I say, this one's going to be on direct in. This one's going to be off the master bus. This one's already off of subgroups 1 and 2, pan left to the right. The one on the bottom, the 166 is off of subgroup 2 or subgroup 3, and then the Drama 1972 microphone preamp is going to be installed on subgroups 4, which I'm going to move over to subgroups 3 and 4, and then use this one, the one at the bottom for my podcasting, is going to directly in on a channel. So it's going to go in on channel number 7, I believe. So I'm going to remove her from out of the bus and then put her back on the channel insert. So I did a hell of a lot of cabling last night. Bought over power as well. Furman P series, which is I bought over. 15 amp. I ran all the cables for it. I added isolators to the cable too as well, because you guys always want to isolate your cables. Make sure you're separating power cables from IED cables. Always do power down one side and then IED down the other side, so that way you guys don't have to worry about interfacing, interfering signals from the RF. Especially when you're doing preamp stuff like that, because signal will introduce itself into the system. There's no wall work stuff in here right now, because I took out all the stuff that was wall work, because I hate really wall work stuff where it has a power wall work power supply. I like stuff that has an internal power supply. That way you don't really have to worry about the internal noise. And the best thing about Chameleon Labs is that they spent a lot of time reducing that noise floor down, so that way you don't have to do or hear any kind of signals overbleed into the system. I did a hell of a lot of patchwork last night, hell of a lot of patchwork. And then I still have to set up my satellite uplink to as well. I have to set up the network for, because I also have a DM7 compact. And that's going to be my front of house mixer as well. That's what I have it for. And I set up a wireless in-ear monitoring system, which I'm going to set up tomorrow. I have that set up too as well. And I'm using my iPad to control my mixing console, because my console can be controlled by iPad. All right, so now we're getting pretty much looking together badass. And then I'll do a pullback of the entire station of what I'm working on and show you guys what. So now I can remove the blue towel. All right. So I'll put that over here, because that goes for the VCA stereo bus compressor. All right, so now, right where it's sitting at, the 166 DBX, which is my favorite, especially when it comes to podcasting and vocal. This thing is badass. I love the 1066 as well, but that 166, man, that thing sounds really good, especially if you're doing podcasting and stuff like that. So right where it's sitting at is where it's going to be installed, and there's going to be a plate right here like this. Okay, so I try to opt for more plates too as well. I also do have the single plates too as well with the regular ones, which is pretty much badass as well. I just pretty much opt for a lot of plates, and then I'll describe what's going to be on each different signal chain so as soon as I go and get this thing in. So I already have the screws right here already set up. I already have them threaded as well. As you can see, these are the washers that I'm using. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but these are the washers that I'm using. That sort of the screw sits right into the washer, if you know what I mean. Opposed to like a regular metal washer, these are rubber. That way they go right into the screw and they sit out from the screw. That's the best thing about these. And if you want to know what these screws are Raxus screws. And they are by, let me show y'all what the pack is. They are by Gator. These are, to me, the better screws, because I tested all kinds of screws, but these are the screws that I use. All right. And these screws are pretty good. They're like the ultimate screws, okay? And I try to use them a lot whenever I'm doing any kind of installation far as my rack is considered. And the reason why I like them is because I only lost probably maybe 4 or 5 screws the whole time since I had these screws. Versus the other screws that I had, I was losing like a screw a week. And I kind of hated that because it was like I always had to keep buying screws. And then I came upon these screws, and I started liking them. And they became a staple in my studio. So every time I have to wire something up, I'm using these screws. And like I said, the beautiful thing about it is that they have that washer is a deal breaker for me. I don't know if I can say it real quickly like that. That washer is a deal breaker. I mean, the screw just merge. It's the perfect marriage. It goes right into it. And when it goes into it, it has this thing where it can sit into the washer, opposed to sitting on top of the washer, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go ahead and put this one in. And then we're going to move over to the second one. And I'm putting them on as I go along too as well. Right. And then I'm choosing another one as well. Okay, here it is again. Let y'all guys see. Pull back on the camera. Right inside. That easy. And the threads on them are just beautifully done. I mean, just like butter. Slides right in. Right? That's what you want. You want a nice, smooth slide in. Because the last thing you want is the screw just binding up on the rails. You know? And this is a Argosy L10 rack too as well. The one that just leans back. It doesn't go all the way back, but it can tilt forward and backwards. Okay? The other one leans all the way back flat like that. This one just tilts back. So this is the L10. I do also have everything else in here. Guys, go and check out my other studio tours as well. And I'll show you, I'll pull back and show you all the cart. And I'll go handheld to show you all the wiring to the process as well. When I get this in. I mean, just like butter, right in. All right. 1, 2. Let's bring that back. And I have that placed. And I'm putting a new screw on because that screw was washed out. So now I'm putting a new thread. I believe the threads on that last screw was out. So now beautifully done. Give her a little cleanup as well. All right. Always want to keep your stuff clean, guys. Makes for a nice, good installation. And if you can't get you a little brush like this, a little paint brush, and I use this to clean in between my dials, like this. Get that debris out of that. Okay. It's just beautiful for cleaning up stuff, like my ultimate paintbrush. Yeah, she's looking badass. All right, so far. And people was asking me too what I use too as well. What kind of polish I use? I use this one because this one it does good when it comes to keeping the dust off your equipment and stuff like that. So I always use this whenever I'm cleaning up or polishing my desk, the racks. That's why you see it looks really gorgeous black, because I use this one. This one does pretty good as well. Now, Pledge does good too, but In Dust is, to me, beats Pledge because I like the way it dusts off, because once it goes on hard and it's easy to wipe, versus Pledge is kind of thick going on and you have to pretty much wipe it a couple of times to get it off because it leaves back residue. This one right here, it goes on thick and it's easy to wipe off, especially when you're just finishing up and wiping. It gives you a good polished shine. So if you guys get a chance, you need to use this to clean up all your equipment, get that dust off. In Dust. That way you can end the dust. You say you can end it. You don't have to worry about living in dust anymore. You can end that shit right here. In Dust. All right, so now that we have that in, all right. And then also, guys, you clean yourself with a microfiber rag and just use that to clean too as well. It gets off really, really nice. You know, don't try to use a dish rag or nothing like that. Nothing with that has where it could bind up and put more residue on it. As you can see, I've been polishing it since yesterday. It's nice, good. Always use a microfiber rag. Get yourself a nice, good quality rag as well. Clean up really nice. All right, so we're going to use a plate to clean up. And the plate will be 1, 2, 3, 4, so there wouldn't be any of the nuisance of using any kind of other washer towards that too as well. So I'll just take off some of the washers. And I like using vented plates because it gives me a better of a look. And plus, the rack can breathe better than the rest of the stuff that's consistent of. And then I'll talk briefly about the wiring and show you guys the console. And then I would be off of here. So, all right, so here's our next plate. So we're going to go ahead on and put some of that In Dust on there. Ended. Really, really nice. So it looks pretty badass like that, you see. And we're going to go ahead on and install her right in. That easy. Looks badass, doesn't it? Nice and tight. All right, so. I always like to put that first one in just as a placeholder to hold the rack there, plate there. And then I go over to the left side to put it in at the top because that stabilizes it. And you don't want to screw anything down yet. You just want to get them there and then line it up. And then once you line it all up, then you can screw it down, okay? Because some of the time you would have to recalibrate some modules when you're putting in. And then I'll tell y'all, wherever y'all see a plate at, I'll tell you what's going to go there. Okay? So let me tighten them down. And then we'll go around. I'll tell y'all what's going where. And then we'll go around the back to show y'all the wiring process and how I had that done. Okay. All right. Now you don't have to tighten these in hard like I mentioned before because these are just plates. So you just give them just a medium turn to have them just grab it and that's it. You don't really have to over tighten them. Okay. All right, that's it for that. All right, so she looks kind of badass. All right, so let me tell y'all briefly where this goes, where that goes, where this goes, where that goes, and then I'll move this one over to the side because we don't need the screw kit anymore. All right. Maybe for that. All right, so this is where the empty plates are that you've seen me do. Put in. And then I'll explain to y'all what this car is going to be about and what this station is. Because this is one whole station that we have here, and this is because I'm also a independent film director, and I'm this area right here, this whole cart right here, plus everything else when I show y'all when I pull back up, is where I do all my video editing at. This is where Final Cut is. This is where I do all of my features. So when I film my films, those scenes, I come back and I edit those scenes because I'm also, like I said, I'm an independent film director, and I'm working on my own film called Uncharted. Plus, I'm also a music producer, and I'm a front of house engineer as well. So I'm doing a lot of stuff on my own project. So this is my entire vocal chain. Plus, I'm going to show y'all where everything goes. So the place where you see at the top, this one was where the Drama 1972 microphone preamp goes right here. This is the Chameleon Labs 7603 microphone preamp, beautifully done with DI. Right here is going to be another compressor. It's going to be a Chameleon Labs. No, actually, I'm sorry. It's going to be a Drama. I believe it's a 1968 parametric EQ, which is right about here. And then right here is going to be the Pacific Designs Pacifica. It's a 1970s retro type of compressor made after the old consoles, the old A series consoles, where you hit those buttons, you have to press them in to engage. And it has this overlift drive, it has phantom power, and it has a pad where you can lift it up. But it's actually a preamp and DI as well. So that's actually going to go right here. And I'm going to move the VCA bus. Under the VCA bus, I'm going to put that parametric EQ down here. And down here, it's going to be reserved for another one. But these two, if I do end up moving this one up here, I'll add the Cranbourne audio. And then on another rack, I'll add in all of the interfaces, the SSL interface. The Carnaby is going to be in there by Cranbourne audio. There's also going to be another, I believe it was by Cranbourne audio as well. What it is that it's a octo pre that allows you to expand the preamps that you normally have coming from out of the SSL, so I can be able to expand on those preamps. So that's going to be there too in another rack, because this rack is already done. So what you see here now is finished. Once I add in those, that'll be predominantly it for that. And I think everything else looks badass as far as the setup. So I'm going to show y'all guys briefly about the wiring process in the back, and I'm going to show y'all how I did calculate everything and have everything kind of like already routed in. That made predominantly the majority of it look pretty much badass, as well as I had it too. So let me go ahead on and cut to the wiring process, and then I'll show you guys what exactly is next up to come. All right, guys, so this is the complete station right here too as well. This is the entire cart that this goes on right here. So this is what you've been working on. I've been working on for the past couple of days. As you can see, I think the satellite uplink was in the bottom, which is next to nothing. And as we bust right into that bar right there. So I got the card already inside. And then this is the console that it's going to be going into is right here. So as you can see over here, on these two channels right here is where the 1066 comes in. This is where the 7603 microphone preamp, the Drama 1972 microphone preamp comes in right here. So, and then over here on this one right here is reserved for the 166, which I moved over here on this channel right here, as you can see. And if you look in the back right here, that's where that microphone is coming in from, out of that 7603 microphone preamp. So it's going to be on this channel right here. And the reason why I installed a compressor on is because this console has its own compressors on board. Okay, so I don't really need to have to put a compressor on that. So I went over to my analog channel because I have 8 analog out. And then on this one is where I can install all of the outboard gear. So all these channels right here are for that out bus, okay? So just remember what I told y'all where this microphone is going at. So I'm gonna show y'all where that's going at too as well. And this is the microphone patch in is coming in from the cable in the bottom, coming out from the rack. And then over here, don't forget the 1066 DBX is coming on these two channels right here, pan left to right. And then on this one right here is a Drama 1972 microphone preamp. And on this one right here, it's going to be the 166 DBX, okay, coming in from here, but which I moved over to that side over there, okay, because that was mostly for my podcasting. So since this is going to be ready for the Cranbourne audio, so I'll just bring that back out. And this is for the subwoofer, and this is the main out for the entire console. This console is a 32. She's one of the baddest consoles ever. I did a review already on this console already. I'll be doing more reviews too as well, but she's beautifully done. She records. She is going to be controlled by a iPad. I mean, she just does everything I need to have. And this console now is now 4 years old, and she looks totally badass because I take care of my gear. All right, and she has everything that you want to have: onboard pre's, compressors, effects out, auxiliaries, matrix out. I mean, she's totally loaded. She's totally loaded. And over here is the matrix section, okay, and all of the routing, iPad stuff, okay, that you need to have, monitor, matrix, everything that you need to have. And then these are the channel count, and you can always go across and see. And you could select, mute, and pan on any channel. And she's smooth mix in and smooth mix out, all right? And I'll be dusting a little bit of the dust off too as well in between the channel, because I'm going to add some of that too on there too as well. This is where you can use a little brush, because a little brush will go inside of all those potentiometers and you can clean them all out. All right, and she has 8 auxiliaries out. So I mean, she's loaded. She has everything. She has a ducker, okay, and she also has on the subgroup 1 and 2, so you can route that over to subgroups 1 and 2. So if you're doing like a show, you can add a stereo image on it as well. And you can have it, if you're doing some kind of conference and stuff like that, you can have the console like almost like if it's ducking and going around the signals as well. It's beautifully done. And then on the bottom of here, I have my Nectar P6 as well, which I did a video up on already. All right. Front of house speakers are always going to be Yamaha all the way across the top. To the Yamaha is always my go-tos on each station. Okay, always Yamaha. Y'all guys remember my Alesis monitors? I still have them. They're still badass to this day. I love those monitors. All right, so right now we on this particular side right here, and let me go around the back and show y'all guys what's popping on that. And these are all of the cases for the Chameleon Labs preamps. All right. Let's put those back. All right, so that's for the microphone, and this is for the VCA stereo bus. So we go ahead and set that back in. Yeah, guys, we are pretty much into it. I'm going to let that fall across. All right. Foam in, insert in, and go ahead and close her up. So this is where the 7603 microphone, the 77 stereo VCA bus compressor goes in there. Okay. Kind of difficult doing everything with one hand, but I got it in. All right, so 7721 stereo VCA bus compressor and the stereo 7603 microphone preamp, okay, by Chameleon Labs. I recommend everybody has to have a Chameleon Labs. I think everybody. And over here I got my 3630s. I'll bring them in a minute. As y'all well know, I'm also a certified electrician too as well, so I have all my tools out ready to go. Been putting in some breakers too as well, 15 amps, 20 amps, so that way I can get everything all wired up over here. So I have everything already set out since yesterday, so I'm just going to briefly show y'all the wiring process, and then I'm just going to get off of here. So I'm going to show y'all guys what is back here and what I've done. All right, so there's my subwoofer too as well, the Yamaha HS8 subwoofer. It's a beautiful subwoofer, gorgeous subwoofer. So as you can see, I did a lot of power routing. All these are coming into the power conditioner, 15 amp. And then I also set up another network that's going on the opposite side. I tied those in. Those are coming in from the console. This line right here is coming in from the console, all 4 groups back to the subwoofer, tying in all the monitors. And that's because when I had to hit one switch and I can cut off the entire Yamaha system. Over here is where the microphones are coming into the rack. Like I told you, I got to separate power from IED. That's coming in from there. Back up here is going to be the satellite uplink. I'm going to have to set this up next. So the power for that is down at the bottom. The power for the uplink is right here, because I moved it on the side. All I got to do is plug that in and it'll come right on. And it was set up the network, as you can see. If I just grab it like this, I'll show y'all guys exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. Let me see if I can just put it in with one hand here. As you can see the light, you see the light on right there? That activate the network switch. So I'll just unplug it. Okay. So all I have to do now is just patch in the networking cables. All right, so these two are for the Chameleon Labs 7721 stereo VCA bus compressor and the 7603 microphone preamp. These are the power cables for that as well. And I'm gonna have to move those on the side. These cables always get, I had put them together anyway, but they always get together sometimes for some reasons. All right, so, well, especially this, maybe because I'm doing it with one hand, that's probably why. All right, so there we are. So now I have those separated, so that way I can just put those in as needed. All right, so this right here is coming in from that part where I told y'all about the microphone coming in from that channel. This is where that comes in right here, and it's going to go into, show you where it goes to. So see how, let me explain this. You see how I have it isolated from the signal? So all these are the IED cables coming in. They're separated from the power, okay? So that way I don't have to have anything in the way. Now up here, as you can see, all the power is going in, okay? This one right here, on this side right here is the subwoofer. This one is the left speaker. That's the right speaker. This is the mixing console. This is a 7721 stereo VCA bus compressor, and this is a 7603 microphone preamp. And over here, I got these reserved over here because these are going to be the two that's going to go in from the Drama 1972 microphone preamp, and this is going to be for the SSL interface, okay? All right, so this is where this goes in right here. This is going to be the output, goes right in here, okay? From the console back into out. All right, so you're going to go out of here into the console. All right, so over here, this is where the microphone goes out of here like this. And it's going to, the other end, which is right here, is going to go into the power brick. And the microphone I'm choosing is the LA320 by Loudon Audio, okay? That's the microphone that's going to go in too, right? So this is going to go right into that power brick, okay? And then once it goes into that power brick, your microphone in return goes into the power brick. So it's going to go out of the power brick, back into the preamp, out of the preamp, back into the channel, okay? You got me? All right, so let me let y'all know about what's going on down here. All right, so now this is the 7603 microphone. I'm sorry, the stereo VCA bus compressor. It's a 2 in and 2 out. This is going to go back onto the mains for on the master bus, 2 in, 2 out. Okay, and she also has a side chain to wells if you want to come out and side chain into another equalizer or anything else like that. All right, now down here is a whole other set of rules going on down here. Okay, down here we have, these are the IEDs for the 1066 dBx and the 166 dBx, okay? So basically, move that lighting off a little bit so that way it won't get too bright. All right, so I'll describe briefly about what I'm talking about down here. Okay, so these two cables right here are send and return. Always your tip is your ring and your send is your return, your output. All right, so this is left and right, insert, going back in on subgroups 1 and 2. Over here on this side right here, tip and ring going back to subgroups number 2. So this is channel A1, channel 2B, okay, or 2. pan left to the right. Then the one at the bottom down here, this one is going out to subgroups 3. Okay, now I'm only using one side because I'm using one side to control the other side because I got them both in, well, the one at the bottom, the 166, I got it in single mode. That way I don't have them linked together, because if I want to have them linked together, I can just press the link button and have it linked together. So I'm only sending programming to one side, which is the A side, or channel 1. So you have channel 2 and channel 1, okay? I pay for the DBX 166, okay? And then when it comes to up here, on the stereo VCA bus, I have it where it's going to go 2 of these out and go back out into on the master bus. Okay. Now up here for the 7603 microphone preamp, like I told you before, out of here into the power brick. It's going to go. This one is going to go back into the power brick, which I already have set up on the microphone. This is the main lead that's right here. That's coming out of here, going right into the main console. That over there, all that right there is this right here. Okay, that's the line going all the way out. Now, what I did was, is that, like I said, I gauged everything up to be where, so when it comes in and this goes right into the units. And I try to keep the wiring kind of simple without making it too complicated on the wiring process, because sometimes you can really just add too much down here, and then it would make it look like a hot mess. And I didn't want to kind of do that with that down here. Okay, and there's that microphone, by the way. Okay, there's the the Loudon Audio LA320, which is the microphone that I normally use for my vocals. Now behind the monitor card is going to be another whole setup, because this is for the monitor, this is for the soundbar, and these 2 units are for the satellite uplink. Once I get those already together, everything else will be put in. All I gotta do is put in HDMI, which is HDMI is under here too as well. And then under here I added this is where the signal goes for the fiber optic that's going back out. I just put it under the rack, because that's a good place to put that, under the rack up under here. That way it won't get messed up. And then let's undo these 2 off the top, because they'll be doing those next. All right. And then this is the VGA right here. I just got a color cap on it, because you always want to cap your stuff up, okay? So I'll just keep a cap on it, so that way the ends don't get messed up. So whatever you're not using your HDMI cables, put a cap on every cable, so that way your ends don't get messed up or dirty, okay? And these are the power blocks for the monitor and the soundbar, which is under here. Now all this is going to be just for the rack, so that way I can have a monitor and do my video editing and stuff like that. So as I'm doing my movies and stuff like that, all this stuff happens here. So like I said, the routing is already done. I showed y'all guys before how everything else is set up. And then I have another rolling cart, which is here. This cart rolls to me each different time. And on this cart, I have the 3630s, along with all the screws too as well. And then as you can see, all my stuff is kind of neat. And what I do is I keep them like this, and I just roll the cart to me and then do the installation, okay? You see what I'm saying? All right, so they're gonna go over to the other rack, which I had already set up the other day, okay? Let's move those screws around to the other side. All right, so that's how that looks. Pretty much badass, right? So right now this rack is full, because I have everything already on the side of this rack right there. So I don't really have to add anything else in. So this is what's going on behind the scenes, guys, for my new Studio 2026 tour, okay? And then I told y'all guys before that I'm a certified electrician as well. So I told y'all guys before, and I'll walk y'all through my tool bag some other time. But yeah, this is normally what I keep in my tool bag. For those who are interested of what kind of tools I normally have like Klein tools, testers, power blocks, stud finders, wall outlet testers, lithium ion drills, safety glasses. Under the bottom is clamps. Dual scissors too as well for cutting ties. Under the bottom here, I also have my linesman pliers, master pliers, grips, everything that you pretty much would need in a electrician's tool bag, okay? And massive amounts of testers, a lot of testers, okay? So yeah, guys, thank y'all guys for checking me out, and feel free to check out all the videos I do already have up already. And I hope y'all guys have a good one, and look forward to my Studio 2026 tour. And thank you to all my new subscribers. And y'all just remain patient and watch all the videos I already have up already, because that explains a lot about what I'm doing. in my studio. And then right now, I also vacuum my carpet as well too, because I'm trying to get everything ready and have everything tested and bust in. And once I have everything ready, we just start producing and doing some things else, especially with the console, because that's one thing I didn't review, because that console does so much. That's a Yamaha MGP32X, and I'm gonna do 4-part series on that console alone. And then I'm gonna start doing the Yamaha DM3s, because I also do have that, and not the one with Dante, but I have the standalone. And then I also have a Yamaha DM7 compact. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of good stuff coming in here. Plus, I also do have RCF cabinets too as well. So we're gonna be doing a lot of good stuff in here. Line array systems. Yeah, so just stay tuned to Radioactive Sound Studios, guys. Thank y'all for my new subscribers and stuff like that. And look forward to Studio 2025 edition moved over to 2026, because I know I'm a little bit late on that side, because some stuff I didn't get a chance to do for 2026 that I'm gonna do. I didn't get a chance to do in 2025. That I'm gonna do in 2026. So that's why I just saved it and moved it over. That's why y'all didn't see any content from me other than just little shorts and stuff like that here. So yeah, guys, it's gonna be predominantly a nice, good setup, especially with all the wiring and stuff like that. So once I have to get everything all dolled in, it's gonna look pretty badass. It's gonna look pretty badass back here. And then all the wiring to show y'all, all this stuff is all the cables, all the power. So I have to get all this stuff set in. So, and the subwoofer is isolated from the floor too as well. So that's why she sounds pretty good. And yeah, guys, this is what's going on. And then a lot of this stems from me doing a lot of work earlier to try to get everything patched in. Okay, so now we're back here with the monitor and stuff like that, getting that monitor set in, and then that monitor will be busted back into the other console. So right now, this is the backstage scenes of what y'all seen of the wiring process. And then after that, I'll start getting this control room set up for as getting this station put together and all that kind of good stuff. So I just move my electrical bag on the other side. Yeah, I graduated in electrical school in 2020. No, what was it? 1999. Yeah, so I've been working for major contractors since then. I'm actually 56 years old now, so that gives you an idea how long I've been doing electrical. And I'm also carpentry too as well. So I do a lot of work. And as you can see, this coming together. It's starting to come together as far as the studio. It's starting to come together. Everything is put together. Over there is that massive 5.1 rack over there on the other side right there. Gigantic 5,000 watts Adobe DTS. So that's why I wanted to just bust in, because that's coming in. All that whole line right there is coming in on auxiliary 2. Everything gets patched into the console. That's why I got to do everything. I got to patch this in, patch that in, patch this in, patch that in. And before you know it, everything will be predominantly in. So I'll go ahead and stand these boxes up like this. And I'll move that rag out of the way. That way I move that part out of the way too as well. I'll have her over here, because I have to set that up for another shoot too as well. Actually, I have to finish filming too for season 2. That's why I need to hurry up and get this station together, because this stuff is part of me doing that too as well. And once I finish doing everything like that, it'll predominantly come together. And as you can see, everything's on my on-stage stand right there. Looking badass. And then there's the chair. And then I'm going to pull back for the final shot to show you guys exactly what's going on here. All right. So we have this over there like that. All right, so the setup looks like that on there. So it's coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together. Massive, massive jumbo 55-inch Samsung, which is my overall screen. And it's going to be bust into what y'all seeing right now, which is a massive video screen on the massive side like that. So imagine that station on the side coming together like this, with all the gigantic racks on the bottom. So it's going to look badass. So thank y'all guys for checking me out. Click that like button and subscribe, guys, and get ready for Studio 2026, because it's going to definitely be a blast. And feel free to watch all the videos I already have up already, because it explains a lot about what's going on. Just because they're old doesn't mean that you can't still watch them. They're still relevant, because that's what's going on right now. Hybrid mixing and analog stations, okay? This is what I try to do in my studio, okay? So we're going to go to the other side to get one panorama view, and then I think we're going to call it a day. So that gives y'all guys a shot of that particular side of how this is going to be going on. And then you'll see some of the monitors are already in place. So I'm adding more monitors as I get this thing all powered up. And that's the shot of the station. Okay, the multiple station. And over there behind that, I also have massive 15s in the way to isolation traps Yeah, I mean, I just did a pretty much a bang up job. Installation all the way across, isolation pads on every wall, all the way across, everywhere you go. Isolation pads, and then I also have, I also know that I'm an independent film director too as well, and I have a massive media collection. So right here, guys, check me out at Popcorn and Gore Flicks. I also show up all of my media and stuff like that, and yeah, I try to get everything dialed in, and everything is like pretty much badass. Isolation traps also at the bottom base too as well. I'm just like all over this area, just trying to work this area and just keep everything together. 5.1 all over the room. Dolby DTS all over the room. Working VHS players as well. I still had since I was a kid over here in this station right here. Massive laptop to do my smart when I actually do my front of house mix. And a massive console all the way across to the top, which I will be doing a review on too as well coming up. And thank y'all guys for checking me out. And hope y'all guys have a very, very good, fruitful start to the weekend. And I'll see y'all guys on studio install tour for 2026. Y'all guys have a good one. Peace. Thanks for all my new subscribers too as well. Continue to follow Radioactive Sound Studios and click that like button, guys.